what it is when you first came to me and how you were, I guess you were just fighting against it or trying to make it easier on yourself or trying to give it variety or give me the shortcut. What is the shortcut? What is it?
I've done the budgeting of going to the grocery store versus doing it this way.
I'm gonna love this.
It's not too expensive. It's actually cheap. It's actually less expensive.
How'd the hyperbaric chamber go?
Fantastic.
What do you
I
feel?
love that thing, man. I do it. I've done it for like a week straight. It's helped my joints.
Yeah, you feel good, huh?
Yeah.
Does some great stuff to the blood.
Like around the elbows and knees, like where you don't have that blood flow. It's helped me a lot.
I love it. Yeah, we started.
Also helps with the brain.
I'm shit out of luck on that one.
We need a lot of help in that area.
Yeah, that's going to be a lot of hyperbaric chamber on that one. But I do love the fact that what it does for the blood and the recovery. And we were just looking into this like 2 weeks ago. So as soon as you picked up on FaceTime, I knew from the sound of it and everything that you were in one. Yeah,
they're great, man. I'm going to send you the one I was in too. It's a very nice brand.
I love it. Send it. Because we have the room to do it, and I've always wanted to do it. We've made jokes about that. I must be sleeping there every night or something. But so today I wanted to get you on here with all the Titans around the world because it's been over a year now.
Yeah.
It's been over a year, and there's a lot of things that you're doing, and you're setting yourself up, and you're getting better, and you're better now. And let me say two things. A year ago, you were a pain in the ass because of
no question.
You wanted to do it.
No question.
You're still a pain in the ass now, but not because of lifting or diet.
That's just natural.
Yeah, it's just natural. But you looking back at yourself is really I want to find out, and so these people can understand what it is when you first came to me and how you were. I guess you were just fighting against it or trying to make it easier on yourself or trying to give it variety or give me the shortcut. What is the shortcut? What is it?
Well, it was what was it? October of 2018, I think. So it's been about a year and a half.
Okay.
It's been about a year and a half. And before I met you, I was one of those guys that tried everything. I did bulletproof. I did keto. I did no carb. I did CrossFit. You name it, I did it. And the one consistent thing throughout everything I tried is that ultimately my body did not change. And if it did, it was short term and then it would go back.
So when we started working, I know that one of the big things you would come to me and go, hey, this whole fasting thing, let me do that. It's better for me. Let me jump on that. I'd rather, because here, for people that don't know, I don't want to go too far into it because I don't know how much you want them to know, is you're successful as a businessman. Extreme. Well, I guess there's successful and then there's extremely successful. You are extremely successful on what you do and your livelihood. And so time is not a luxury for you because you're not one of these guys that is successful and then I'm cool, I'm set, let me just enjoy this now. You still grind. Mm-hmm. So with that being said, you don't have a lot of downtime.
Correct.
And it's business meetings, it's calls, it's traveling, it's so on and so forth. So just so society understands, you're not one of these guys that bodybuilds. You're not a full-time bodybuilder like me.
No, and in fact, you're exactly right. That's a good point. That is why I was leaning toward and trying to do the intermittent fasting before I met you, because I thought, well, heck, I'm traveling. Like I had every excuse in the book. getting on planes, traveling every month for work. When I was home, it was literally getting into the office early morning, meetings all day, calls all day. So I felt like there's no time to eat. There's no time to meal prep. So intermittent fasting, perfect. Don't eat all day. Eat a huge meal at the end of the day. Works perfect for my schedule.
Yeah. And there was also other options. You wanted variety, which is great. And I understand variety. Workouts got pretty boring or repetitious to you. Yeah.
Very much so. I would get bored quick. Always want to change. I remember at the beginning with you, I would reach out after like 3 weeks on a workout. Ready for something new. Same with the meal plan. Because I had always thought 2 weeks, 3 weeks, max 4 weeks in a meal plan, you got to switch it up. And so I always want to change. And then it was always, well, what am I going to do when I go take the clients out to dinner to the restaurant? You know, how am I going to just be eating chicken and rice or whatever it was I was supposed to be on? And so I feel like for me, I threw every excuse at you. So for people watching that aren't everyday bodybuilders, I think they can 100% relate to me because I had every excuse you can think of that would come up when I was dealing with you.
So if you can, and I'll help if you can, let's say they're not excuses. Let's say that they're actual things. You don't have time. And I know a lot of people say, well, you always have time. You can always make time. But one of the, oh, you know, he saw the bacon. He's like, you didn't know. So looking back, let's say for everybody that's watching, they're going to say, well, that's not excuses. I got 3 kids. I got a full-time job. My wife works. I got to take them to soccer practice. I have so much stuff going on. I don't have time. Fasting works for me. So can you explain to me why that technically is an excuse and not what is healthy or change the body? Can you explain that a little bit?
Yeah, I can only go on my own example with myself. When it became a priority, I found ways to make it work. For instance, especially in today's world, from a meal plan perspective, you can literally go on a website. You can literally say, I want to have 5 meals with 4 ounces of broccoli, 6 ounces of chicken, and 1 cup of rice. And it literally gets shipped to your door. Okay, you can do that with Icon Meals. You can do that with all kinds of food delivery services that are within your own city. So from that perspective, there was no excuse. And then people would say, oh, well, it's too expensive. Well, I've done the budgeting of going to the grocery store versus doing it this way.
I'm going to love this.
It's not too expensive. It's actually cheap. It's actually less expensive. And if you eliminate,
I got to stop you there for a second because of the fact that, let's be honest, you can afford either. You're financially whatever you want. You could technically go just call the restaurant and tell your assistant, hey, go get me a meal right now and eat out every day. But you still budget it, and you still budget it to the point of where, because I think society thinks, oh, it's 10 times more expensive. No, it's not. It's actually cheaper. And time is money. So that shortens as well.
100%. And society will also think, oh, well, that person can do it, but I can't go afford that. Well, first of all, I watch every dollar just like anybody else. And just what you said about time, if I can have it go to my doorstep and I'm saving that much time, I can be making money doing other things. So the other aspect was the workouts. I thought I didn't have time during the day to get my workouts in. You know what? You get up 3:30, 4 a.m., you got the time to get your workouts in. And I learned that from you. I remember asking you, why the heck do you get up that early? And you're like, because it's the only time in my day where I can get it in. So what I learned for myself is that if it truly became a priority And you got this out of me because I called you. I'm like, oh yeah, I want to get in shape and I want to do this. And you're like, really? Do you though? And I mean, you kind of hit me between the eyes several times with it. And ultimately, when it is a true priority and everything else is second, and I don't mean family and everything like that. I mean the things that aren't that important, you make it happen.